Well, guys, we did it. We reached 200, no, not 200, 2,000 subscribers. It was truly a long 5-year journey that's only just starting. Actually, only OGs remember what I did for my 101,000 sub special.
This says 500, and this says 500. What does that mean? It means 1,000.
Yeah, I did lollipops, but that wasn't very, Tower of Hell related, you know what I'm saying? So I decided on something that would be more appropriate for someone like me. I call this the XP bottle, not to be confused with whatever this is. And every time I gain XP, it's gonna go into this bottle. And since I reached 2,000 subs, that means I'll be doing 2,000 towers. But nonetheless, if you've been a subscriber, thanks a lot. I appreciate every single one of you. But anyways, let's get into it, and thanks again for 2,000 subscribers. Okay, I'll be starting with a single tower. My first subscriber. Shout out to my mom. There we go. Tower number 1. 2,000 towers really isn't that much for somebody like me, I guess. That is tower number 1. This video is also an incentive for me to start level grinding again. If I ended up doing 2,000 6-stage towers, I would lose a lot of XP. So I'll be doing pro towers instead, since every tower is basically 2 towers. If that makes sense. See, look at that. That's 2 more towers right there. "17 towers in, my friend Ice joined. He made the experience just a little more bearable. Oh yeah. Ice put on this really interesting outfit, so I decided to put one on myself. See, mine's a lot better. Look at this. Oh yeah, look at that. I was getting so bored that I started getting to the point where I put on my oldest avatar that I had. You can't tell me that it's not tough though. Hey guys, look at how many towers I've done. Oh yeah, I also became Noah's purple for a little bit. This is also really tough, guys. Come on. And then, of course, I had to go to the OG Noah's blue for a little bit, as well as whatever this is. And, of course, eventually, I did my 100th tower. I did a 6-stage tower with no mutators instead, just so it evenly hit 100. That's also why I was doing very bad this tower. And there we go, 100 towers done. We have about 1,900 more to go. My friend was talking about some gag, and I clearly haven't played enough Grow a Garden to know what that is. But not much longer, my friend Logo Master decided to join. You know, this guy.
His name was Logo Master 99. He was level 300 while I was 160, 170.
Yeah, that guy. He wasn't here for very long until he decided to leave. I was eventually getting tired of climbing towers, so I decided to go do something else. Why is it so big? Yeah, that was boring. So I decided to climb more towers once again. And then I finally ended up reaching 200 towers. We're only 10% of the way done, guys. But nonetheless, I kept climbing and climbing. And at 210 towers, I actually ended up getting my first level up of the video. But of course, there would be quite a few more to come. It wasn't long before grinders started showing up to help with the video. Of course, they weren't any match for me. Just look at this list right here. Just look at how full the server is, guys. Of course, I had to use the main outfit. But with all those grinders in the server, it wasn't long until I reached my 300th tower. Alright, this one's gonna be 300. And just like that, 300 towers completed. I decided to go do a tower in Tower IL. I always forget how cool this game actually is. And then I went to go do another one in Tower of Hell Sandbox. See, like, look at all the cool Halos, guys. See, easy dubs. But of course, I had to come back to Tower of Hell. I decided to do something to make it more interesting for me. I was gonna do 5 towers for each Halo that I had. So of course, I was gonna start with the blue Halo. And then of course, had to leave red for last. Man, that's all 6 Halos already. For the last 30 towers, I decided to do 180 stages just to make it a little more fun for me. So enjoy whatever this is. Yes, this hurt my head as well. And just like that, that is 500 towers completed. We are 1/4 of the way done with this challenge now. But of course, I had to keep going. My friend ZM also asked about coil hooks, so you know we had to teach him, of course. And then the server filled up with grinders once again. And at Tower 520, I would reach my 2nd level up of the challenge. For most of my 600s, I was dressed as Mr. Star, and it was kind of a tough avatar, I'm not even gonna lie. And then I made my way into the 700s after that. Right before I hit 800, I created a new avatar and I kind of thought it was pretty good. And I'll be wearing it for most of this video. My brother decided to join, so I had to teach him coil hook. It started slow, but he was getting the hang of it eventually. He was actually doing quite well that he carried me into the 800s and we actually leveled up at the exact same time. He even helped me climb up to the 900s as well. And as you can see, I was very happy about that. $999, guys. And there we go, 999 towers. And after several hours of climbing, we finally did 1,000 towers. Well, 1,001, but it's still halfway. I was slowly losing motivation for this challenge. I really don't want to do this challenge anymore, guys. But everything was okay because right after that, I hit 1,100 towers. And on tower 1,139, I would reach my 4th level up of the challenge. Level 650, we are now halfway to 700. At around 1,200, I went to go play whatever this is. I don't know what I was doing. At around 1442, I got my 5th level up. A bunch of grinders joined again, and it was sad to see that my number 2 spot was finally overtaken. But hey, I can't be number 2 forever. I'll be focusing on content more than leveling up now lately. At 1762, I got my final level up. That means I leveled up 6 times during this challenge. And since I had to leave on a trip the next day, I decided to speed things up. I started off with 180 stages, which was 30 towers. Then I did a couple more for 1800, and then I started doing 198 stages, which was exactly 33 towers. I even tried to attempt TTOH for more towers, but that didn't go well. But I kept doing these 198 stage towers until finally this happened. All right, that should be my 1,999th tower. So now let me just... Only 4 of us? I guess that's what I get for doing this at like 12 a.m. I got a bunch of my friends to join for the final tower. They all kind of sucked though. I'm just kidding, of course. Des left Grow a Garden just to be here. If that's not a true friend, then I don't know what is. And after a really weird conversation, I finally reached the top. I waited for everybody to get up here so we could speed the final tower together. And once we all got up here, we did it. That was all 2,000 towers for my 2,000 sub special. Once again, I appreciate every single one of you. I really couldn't be where I am now without y'all. Look out for the next sub special. The bottle might get a little bigger next time.